Chosen one, stop for a moment and listen closely. Something divine is unfolding in the unseen realms, something that has the power to change the course of your destiny. You may not feel it yet, but the spiritual atmosphere around you has already shifted. Heaven's order is being rearranged, and those who've been overlooked are about to be remembered. Have you ever wondered why, lately, you've been feeling unsettled, like you're on the edge of something new, yet you can't quite explain it? Have you noticed how doors that once opened easily have suddenly shut? It's not a coincidence, chosen one. It's a divine redirection. Right now, the Most High is repositioning his people. Wealth, opportunities, and influence are being transferred, not by human design, but by divine decree. Those who were once mocked will soon be marveled at. Those who were forgotten will be elevated before all. The question is, are you prepared to handle what is coming? Stay with me, because before this message ends, I'll show you how to recognize the signs that the wealth transfer is already near you, and how to align yourself with it before it passes you by. If you feel this word stirring something inside you, like and comment, I receive it to activate your faith. Beloved chosen one, have you ever felt invisible even when you knew you carried greatness within? That hidden season wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The great transfer of wealth could not locate you until your foundation was purified. Think about it. How many times did you watch others rise while you remained behind, questioning your worth? How many times did you feel as though heaven had forgotten your name? Yet deep within, you still felt that silent whisper. Wait, your time will come. That whisper was not your imagination. It was prophecy speaking through your spirit. The world saw a delay. Heaven saw development, while others were gaining recognition. You were being trained in silence, learning integrity, patience, and discernment. God could not release the next level of abundance to you while you still operated from an old mindset. Wealth without wisdom becomes destruction. And you, chosen one, were never meant to fall like the careless. So now, the question remains, when the hidden becomes seen, will your spirit remain humble enough to steward it? Type, I'm ready for divine exposure in the comments if your heart prepared to step into visibility. Listen carefully, chosen one. Heaven has issued a decree. The time has come for the wealth of the wicked to be transferred to the righteous. This is not a fantasy or a motivational phrase. It is a spiritual transaction happening even as we speak. Have you noticed how many worldly systems are collapsing? Businesses once untouchable are losing influence, while new voices are rising from unexpected places. Maybe you've seen financial doors open for others and wondered, when will it be my turn? This message is your confirmation. It's already your turn, but your preparation determines the release. The Most High is shaking institutions to make room for his chosen. Money, land, digital opportunities, and influence are being redirected. This isn't about greed, it's about divine order. When the righteous rule, people rejoice. When the wicked rule, nations groan. You are being positioned to restore balance through your obedience and wisdom. Stay tuned, chosen one, because in the next chapter, I'll reveal the 3 hidden signs that the transfer has already begun around you. Signs most people overlook until it's too late. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so others may also awaken to this prophetic movement. Chosen one, open your spirit and listen carefully. Many are waiting for a visible confirmation of the transfer, but you, if you are discerning, can already feel the shift. Heaven rarely announces its moves with noise. It speaks through patterns. Have you felt lately that certain people, places, or things no longer resonate with your spirit? Have you noticed sudden discomfort in environments you once tolerated? That is the first sign the atmosphere around you no longer matches your frequency. The old can't hold what the new season carries. The second sign is divine disconnection. People you thought would journey with you are being quietly removed. Don't chase them, because their departure is prophetic. They cannot handle the version of you wealth will introduce. The third sign is unusual opportunities that seem small but carry great potential. A simple meeting, an online idea, a random encounter. These are seeds of divine alignment disguised as ordinary events. Chosen one, are you recognizing these patterns in your life right now? If so, you are not late. You are right on time. Type, "I discern the shift," in the comments if you can feel these signs unfolding around you. Listen closely, beloved. Before every elevation, there is purification. The greater the glory that's coming, the deeper the cleansing required. Many want to transfer, but few are ready for what it demands. Have you been through a season that felt like everything was being stripped away? Finances, friends, confidence? That was not loss. It was refining. You cannot carry old weight into new wealth. God had to remove the impurities so that your spirit would not contaminate the blessing meant to uplift generations. You see, the transfer isn't just material, it's spiritual. Wealth without purity will corrupt, but wealth birthed through obedience will multiply. This is why your tears were necessary. Every delay, every rejection, every sleepless night. It was heaven's way of detoxing your heart from pride, fear, and doubt. The fire you walked through was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to distinguish you. Chosen one, are you willing to stay in alignment even when it's uncomfortable? Because those who endure the refining are the ones who will reign in the revealing. If you endured a season of fire, comment, "I'm coming out refined." Now hear this clearly. Chosen one, God is not raising millionaires for vanity. He's raising kingdom stewards. The great transfer is not merely about possession. It's about purpose. Have you ever wondered why your heart can't settle for mediocrity, even when comfort seems easier? That's because your spirit carries a governing mandate. You were chosen not to consume wealth, but to distribute it according to divine order. When wealth lands in your hands, heaven expects management, not misplacement. Every resource is an assignment. The car, the company, the land, the influence. It's not yours to boast about. It's yours to build with. That's why God tested you with little. He wanted to see if you could remain faithful in famine before handling abundance. The mantle of stewardship demands humility, strategy, and obedience. Chosen one, when the resources begin to flow, will you remember who sent them? Will you still consult heaven before every decision? The next wave of favor will test not your faith, but your discipline. Say, "I am a faithful steward," if you are ready to handle divine responsibility. Chosen one, before God releases abundance, He separates. Not everyone who started with you is permitted to cross into your season of wealth. This separation may feel painful, but it is divine protection disguised as rejection. Have you recently felt isolated, misunderstood, or suddenly disconnected from familiar people? Do not grieve the distance. It is heaven's way of clearing distractions. God is removing emotional attachments that could sabotage your next dimension. Those who refuse to grow will resist your growth. In the spiritual realm, alignment determines access. The people around you either activate your destiny or drain it. When God senses that a voice near you can distort His instructions, He will create friction until you let go. Remember, Abraham couldn't carry Lot into his next level. The promise didn't fully manifest until separation occurred. Chosen one, Can you release who no longer aligns with your purpose so that you can receive what heaven has prepared? The next blessing cannot dwell in divided company. Comment, I release what no longer serves my purpose. If you're ready to move forward with clarity, beloved chosen one, divine wealth often hides behind strange instructions. God's directions rarely make logical sense, but they always make spiritual impact. The question is, can you obey even when you don't understand? Have you ever felt led to do something small, insignificant, or even foolish by human standards, like giving your last seed, helping a stranger, or starting something new with no resources? That inner nudge wasn't random. It was an instruction coded with your next miracle. Throughout history, God has tested obedience through unconventional means. Elijah's provision came through a widow's obedience. Naaman's healing came through dipping in a muddy river. Peter's abundance came after casting his net one more time. The same principle applies today. The instruction may look illogical, but it carries divine intelligence. Obedience is a key that unlocks hidden doors of transfer. Chosen one, what instruction has God placed on your heart that you've been ignoring because it seems too small? That might be the very act that activates your next level. If you're ready to follow divine direction, type, I will obey the whisper. Listen carefully, chosen one. Before heaven entrusts you with influence and wealth, it examines your motives. God will not finance a heart that still seeks validation from man. The transfer is for those who want impact, not applause. Ask yourself, why do you truly want increase? Is it to prove people wrong or fulfill divine purpose? Do you desire abundance to dominate others or to serve others? These are the quiet questions heaven asks when your prayers rise for financial breakthrough. The heart is the gateway to the blessing. If your motive is pride, the door remains locked. But if your motive is purpose, the door swings open with favor. This is why some delay isn't demonic, it's diagnostic. God pauses certain blessings until your heart posture aligns with his intent. When you pass the test of motives, nothing on earth can withhold what heaven has prepared for you. Chosen one, are your desires purified enough for God to trust you with more? The greatest wealth transfer begins in the heart, not the hand. Comment, my motives are pure, if your heart is aligned for divine increase. Chosen one, listen carefully. Faith is heaven's currency. The great transfer of wealth is not moved by emotion or effort, but by faith that refuses to break under pressure. Your belief is the bridge between prophecy and manifestation. Have you noticed how doubt whispers louder right before breakthrough? How circumstances suddenly shift against you the moment you decide to trust God fully. That's because faith is tested before it produces. The unseen world measures your readiness not by your words, but by your endurance. When God told Abraham to leave everything familiar, he moved by faith, and that act triggered generational wealth. When Peter stepped out of the boat, his faith rewrote what was possible. In your case, each small act of trust becomes a spiritual transaction. The more you believe, the more heaven can release. Faith is not passive agreement. It is active obedience. Chosen one, will you still believe even when there's no visible evidence? Because only those who walk by faith, not by sight, will receive what eyes have not seen. If your faith is unshakable, declare in the comments, my faith is my currency. Beloved, timing is a language heaven speaks fluently. The great transfer of wealth is not random. It is synchronized with divine timing. What feels delayed on earth is often perfectly on schedule in the spirit. Have you ever prayed, worked, fasted, and still felt like nothing is moving? That's because timing tests patience. God is never late. He is strategic. The waiting season refines your character, to match your calling. Many people lose what they're praying for simply because they tried to grab it before its appointed time. When the Israelites left Egypt too early, they faced unnecessary battles. When David waited for his moment, his throne came effortlessly. Divine timing ensures that when it arrives, you're not just ready to receive, it arrives ready for you. Rushing what's divine leads to ruin, but waiting produces wisdom. Chosen one, can you rest while you wait? Can you trust that delay is sometimes divine design? Because when the moment comes, everything that seemed withheld will be released all at once. Say, I trust God's timing in the comments if you're willing to wait with faith. Chosen one, this is crucial. There is an anointing specifically for acquisition. It is a divine empowerment to attract and multiply resources beyond natural means. When this anointing rests on you, what others chase begins to chase you. Have you noticed seasons when favor found you without effort? When opportunities appeared as if they were drawn by invisible hands? That was the evidence of this anointing operating quietly over your life. But now, heaven is increasing its intensity. The anointing for acquisition breaks the limits of hard labor. It causes your name to be remembered in rooms you've never entered, and your work to be rewarded beyond expectation. But remember, this anointing is not given to the greedy, but to those whose hearts burn for kingdom purpose. When you walk in this grace, everything attached to you begins to multiply. Chosen one, are you ready to move from striving to supernatural supply? Because this next dimension of favor will not come by your might. It will come by divine enablement. Comment, I carry the anointing for acquisition. If you're ready to walk in supernatural provision. Chosen one, in this season, heaven is not just opening any door. It's opening strategic ones. Every open door is not divine, but when heaven opens a door, it carries instruction, timing, and purpose. You must discern which doors lead to destiny. Have you noticed lately that opportunities are presenting themselves in unexpected ways? Maybe someone reached out with a partnership, an idea, or a connection that felt different from the rest. This isn't coincidence, it's orchestration. Heaven is aligning divine intersections to bring you before those assigned to recognize your gift. But beware, chosen one, discernment must guide your steps. Not every door that glitters is gold. Some doors are distractions dressed as destiny. You will know the difference because divine doors bring peace, not confusion. They expand your purpose, not your pride. When God opens a door, it won't demand compromise. It will demand obedience. Chosen one, are you ready to walk boldly through the doors heaven opens, even if they lead you into unfamiliar territory? Because sometimes your next level hides behind what makes you uncomfortable. Say, I will walk through divine doors if you're ready for strategic elevation. Beloved, in this next phase of your journey, silence will be your strength. The great transfer of wealth is not for public display. It is for private preparation. Those who speak too soon often delay what was meant to arrive early. Have you ever shared your vision with someone, only to feel resistance or doubt afterward? That's because not every ear can handle divine information. When God plants a seed in your spirit, protect it until it grows strong enough to withstand the wind. Even Jesus withdrew to pray in secret before manifesting power in public. The wise understand that revelation loses potency when it's exposed prematurely. Your silence is not weakness, it's strategy. The less noise you make, the faster God works on your behalf. You are not called to announce every move. You are called to demonstrate divine results. Chosen one, can you stay quiet in the process while God shapes your promise? Because what's being built in silence will soon speak louder than any words you could ever say. Type, I move in divine silence. If you choose wisdom over validation. Chosen one, hear this truth. Purpose without provision is limitation, but provision without purpose is destruction. God is aligning the two in your life right now. The wealth coming is not random. It is strategic for your assignment. Have you ever sensed deep within that your calling requires more resources than you currently possess? That is heaven's way of showing you that your purpose was never meant to be funded by human effort alone. Divine purpose attracts divine provision. When purpose and wealth meet, the world experiences transformation. Joseph's wisdom saved nations because his resources align with divine intent. Esther's beauty positioned her for influence, but her purpose gave that influence eternal value. God is now aligning your skills, connections, and resources to serve something greater than you. This alignment will make you unstoppable. Chosen one, will you use what's coming to elevate others, or will you hide it in comfort? The wealth transfer is not just for you, it's through you. Declare, my wealth serves my purpose. If you're ready to walk in divine alignment, chosen one, pay close attention. Heaven is raising kingdom builders, not just dreamers. The wealth that's coming is meant to establish spiritual infrastructure on earth. You are not called to chase riches. You are called to construct divine realities through them. Have you ever felt that your success must mean more than luxury or recognition? That there's a deeper reason you were called to influence certain spaces? That's because your assignment carries an architect's anointing. You were designed to build systems, not just stories. Kingdom builders think differently. They invest in people, not just projects. They build platforms that elevate others. They use money as a tool, not as a trophy. The wealth that's coming to you will finance visions, feed families, and establish centers of light in dark places. This is why the preparation was so intense, because what you're about to carry is generational. Chosen one, will you be among those who only receive blessings, or among those who build legacies? The era of passive believers is ending. The age of active kingdom builders has begun. Type, I am a kingdom builder. If you're ready to build what heaven designs, listen carefully. Beloved, your mindset is the final battlefield before manifestation. You can't enter new dimensions with old thinking. The transfer of wealth requires a renewed mind that can sustain divine abundance without self-sabotage. Have you caught yourself doubting whether you truly deserve abundance? Or feeling guilty when opportunities come your way? Those are remnants of poverty programming designed to keep you small. God cannot pour new wine into old wineskins, and that includes old mindsets. Wealth begins in the mind before it manifests in the material. If you believe you are unworthy, your spirit will reject what God sends. That's why the renewal of your mind is not optional. It's essential. You must begin to think, plan, and act like someone who already carries heaven's resources. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your faith builds a foundation. Chosen one, will you allow God to renew your thinking so you can handle what He's preparing to release? The moment your mindset shifts, manifestation accelerates. Comment, my mind is renewed for abundance. If you're ready for the next level, chosen one, prepare yourself because restoration is now in motion. Everything you thought was wasted, time, opportunities, relationships, heaven is recalibrating them for your favor. Nothing you lost will be lost in vain. Have you endured seasons where you gave everything, yet received nothing in return? Where your loyalty, effort, or sacrifice seemed to vanish into silence? God saw every moment. He was never ignoring you. He was storing up compensation. Restoration is not just about recovering what was taken. It's about receiving it multiplied. When Job lost everything, he gained double. When Joseph was betrayed, He rose to rulership. You are entering a season where everything meant to break you will bless you. Every closed door was simply heaven's redirection to greater reward. Chosen one, can you believe that restoration is your inheritance, not your wish? Because God restores not according to what you lost, but according to what you learned. Say, my restoration is here. If you believe what was lost is being returned in greater form. Chosen one, hear this prophetic truth. What once took years will now take months. What took months will now take weeks. When heaven releases acceleration, process doesn't disappear, but it compresses. The time of slow movement has ended for those who are aligned. Have you noticed how lately things seem to connect faster than before? Opportunities, revelations, confirmations? That's because your spiritual clock has caught up with divine timing. You are no longer waiting for the season. The season has been waiting for you. Acceleration doesn't mean skipping preparation. It means God trusts your readiness. The years you thought were wasted were actually divine deposits. Every experience, every lesson, every tear was a hidden investment in your spiritual portfolio. Now, the return on that investment is about to manifest rapidly. When heaven accelerates you, no opposition can delay you. Chosen one, are you ready to move at heaven's pace? Because what's coming next will require both speed and sensitivity. Comment, acceleration is my portion. If you receive this prophetic word, listen carefully. Beloved, the great transfer is no longer a future event. It has already begun. The evidence is subtle but undeniable. You are about to witness resources, positions, and favor shift hands right before your eyes. Have you seen people suddenly called into opportunities they never applied for? Doors opening where effort couldn't reach? That's not random. That's divine redistribution. Heaven is honoring faithfulness, integrity, and obedience. Those who steward little well are being entrusted with much. This transfer is not about money alone. It's about management of realms. God is shifting influence, authority, and divine partnerships. Those who sought his kingdom first are now being rewarded openly. Everything that belongs to your assignment is being magnetized toward you. The invisible is aligning with the visible. Chosen one, can you perceive it? Can you sense the motion in the unseen? Because by the time others realize what's happening, you'll already be walking in it. Type the transfer is in motion if your spirit bears witness to this truth. Chosen one, this is your prophetic culmination, dominion. Wealth is not the end. It is the beginning of divine rulership. The reason God empowers you is so that you may represent him with excellence, compassion, and authority on earth. Have you ever imagined what it feels like to move through life with divine confidence, where decisions flow effortlessly and peace governs every step? That's the fruit of dominion. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. You finally understand who you are and whose power you carry. When dominion activates, fear fades. You stop chasing, and things begin to chase you. You stop begging for opportunities, and you start creating them. You become a living embassy of heaven. Everywhere you go, light expands, orders restored, and others are lifted. This is the true essence of the great transfer. It's not about possessing wealth, but about becoming the conduit through which heaven blesses the earth. Chosen one, will you walk boldly in your inheritance and govern with grace? The era of small thinking has ended. Rise into divine dominion, for heaven has called your name. Comment, I walk in divine dominion, and share this message to awaken other chosen ones who are ready to rise. Beloved, if this prophetic message resonated with your spirit, don't let it pass silently. Like, comment, and share this word. Subscribe for more prophetic revelations that awaken your purpose. Remember, you are not waiting for the transfer. It's waiting for your readiness.